welcome to another mixed ability Vinyasa yoga session. My name is Kamara and I'm filming these classes as like a whole yoga class dedicated to those I used to teach, whereas I'm now kind of going to slightly different careers, so I'm not teaching these sessions anymore. So in the description below there will be some timestamps because it is a whole session. It's going to include a bit of breathing, a bit of warming up, our movements and our body scan and relaxation at the end. So if you know you want to do a certain part of the class, you can go below and find that. So as we get started, you might want a prop with you today, whether it's a block or a cushion or a book, but this class doesn't require one necessarily. And this class focuses kind of on a few kind of chest openers and back bends, as well as the whole body. Okay. So we'll begin finding a comfortable position, whether you're sitting on the mat, maybe up on a block with my height in the back. The legs could be crossed or out in front of you, or maybe you'd like to start the class laying down today. And when you've chosen a comfortable position, we'll close the eyes down or gaze softly out in front of you. And just take a moment to arrive to the space, observing how we're feeling. And as a reminder to notice what your body needs rather than how you want the poses to look. As you move through the class, if you have any discomforts or injuries, take your time. Notice if you want to take a variation of a pose, use your own props, or maybe even come out of the poses and rest, whether that's laying down, taking a seat, or a child's pose, allowing yourself to make this class your own. And we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths in and sighing them out through the mouth together. So maybe you exhale first to prepare, and then taking a big inhale, and then out through the mouth. Breathing in and back out. One last time, breathing in and a long sigh back out. And from here, for our breathing today, we'll take abdominal breaths. So maybe like to bring one hand, both hands to the abdomen. And on our inhales, we'll be expanding into the abdomen, expanding it out. And then we'll be exhale, relaxing it back in. So just focusing on that one area, breathing low down the belly. I'll guide the first few rounds by count of 4 for the inhale, and a count of 6 for the exhale. And I'll guide 3 rounds and then leave you to your own pace after. But if you want to adjust it right now, you can also just take your own pace. So getting ready, we exhale first. And then we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continuous pattern of breath, noticing on the inhale, the abdomen expand, and on the exhale, deflating, let it move back in. And you can make these breaths slightly shorter or longer. Just take 2 more rounds. Back to the natural breath and bring the hands down to the sides if they're not already there. And just take a moment here to observe any sounds outside of the room, any sounds furthest away from you. And just be aware these sounds may come and go during your class. And then next, bring the awareness, the sounds within the room, and notice that they are there. And finally, bring your awareness to the sound or feeling of your own breath as it moves in and out the nostrils. as we start our gentle movement, if you're laying down, you can adjust the movements to where you are, or come and join us in seated. And if you're already seated, you can stay where you are. If the legs are crossed, you can change the crossing of the legs. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to bring the chin down to chest. On your inhale, bring left ear to left shoulder, stretching out the side of the neck. And on the exhale, returning chin to chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Repeating 2 more times on both sides. Bringing the ear to shoulder. And when you're ready, moving through center to the other side. Turning head to centre. I will next lean the body over the legs slightly and begin to draw circles of the torso, come to the side, around the back, and back to the front. Maybe noticing how slowly you want to make these circles, or how deeply you want to move. If you're on the ground, maybe you're hugging the knees in, just rocking those in a circle. And then we'll change direction, drawing circles the other way. Okay, taking your last round. And then returning back to neutral. For the next few poses, you can keep the eyes closed or softly open them. But on our inhale, we're going to bring the chest forward, shoulders together, and look up towards the ceiling, taking 3 rounds of cat-cow. On the exhale, rolling down, push the spine out, shoulder blades apart as you curl inwards. Inhale, rising with the breath. Exhale, lower. 1 more round. Inhale. Ready for a side stretch. Now inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Place the left hand down as the right arm reaches over to the side, keeping the body open up towards the ceiling. And I'm looking up at the hand above or down at the ground next to you, whichever is more comfortable for the neck. Nice. Now inhale, coming up through center, taking a twist so the left arm comes up, it crosses over to the right knee. Right hand on the ground behind you, looking over the shoulder. Taking a breath. On your inhale, both arms up overhead, side, stretching the other side. Right hand comes down as the left arm reaches over, keeping that left hip down towards the ground as you hold. And then your inhale up through center, right hand to left knee, left hand on the ground behind you, looking over the shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Find length at the back here, reaching up through the arms, maybe alternating them. Finding length, and on your exhale, bring the hands down to the sides. And we're going to come up to stand. So maybe like to roll over into the fronts of the legs, tuck the toes under and slowly come up to stand, rolling up or finding a way that's comfortable to standing. And then we're going to meet at the tops of our mats. 3 rounds of sun salutations. The first round will be slightly slower and the next 2 rounds a little bit faster. Okay, so what we do is we ground down to the feet by hip distance or narrow apart. Keep the pelvis tucked in and roll the shoulders up to the ears and then down the back, standing tall for a moment. On your inhale, both arms up overhead, palms be together or separate, and I'm looking up at the hands are out in front of you. On your exhale, forward fold, folding from the hips, drop the chest and head down. Bring your hands to the feet, the legs are hanging in the air and maybe having a slight bend in the knees. Inhale, lift up halfway, making a flat back. Maybe bring the hands to shins and roll the shoulders away from the ears. On your exhale, plant the hands down, stepping back the feet into plank pose, or lowering down to the ground, drive the knees off or on the mat, bend the elbows, slowly lower down, chest comes down, body follows. When we're here, a few options. On your inhale, either coming up into Sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders, forearms and hands pressed down, or maybe like to take Cobra, hands under shoulders, inhale to keep those elbows in, roll the shoulders back. If we prefer to take down dog, we'll also do that as well. Exhale, lowering from here, pressing back, taking either child's pose, big toes together, knees apart or together. Stay there for 3 breaths, or coming up into downward dog. For this pose, pressing down to the mat, arms rotate away from the ears. Bring the hips high, chest towards the legs, and slowly lower the heels down, looking back through the legs. Nice. You're ready to come up, looking forwards. Inhale, walk, jump the feet towards the hands, or slowly come up from child's pose. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And on the next inhale, bend in the knees, slowly coming up, feeling through the back. Raising the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, in front of the chest. Nice. Taking a second round. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, dropping the chest and head down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, place the hands down, sitting back the feet, and lowering down to match either knees on or off the floor. From here, in your inhale, coming up in Sphinx or Cobra, holding, and on your exhale, lower. From here, pressing back, either taking child's pose if that's best for you, and that's where you want to be, or tuck the toes under, bring the hips up, take down dog for 3 breaths. Whichever pose you're in, you can take a variation, maybe pedaling through the feet in downward dog, maybe twisting the hips or shaking the head. Find a movement that feels good, waking the body up, moving. Nice, and then getting ready, looking forwards. Walk or jump the feet towards the hands, slowly coming up. We're meeting halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And on the next inhale, bending the knees, slowly coming up, bring arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale in front of the chest. Final round. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, drop the chest and head down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands down to the ground, stepping back the feet. And lowering down to mat, drive the knees on or off the floor. Inhale, choosing Sphinx or Cobra. Exhale, lower. Pressing back, taking either child's pose or downward dog. I'm saying child's pose just for a moment myself here. One more breath. And then come straight into our next pose. And we're going to start by sitting back on the heels. So for in downward dog, come down to knees. And child's pose will come up. And from both positions, we're going to sit back onto the heels here. You can either have the tops of the feet flat on the floor, or you can tuck the toes under if you would like to, your choice. Okay. From here, on our inhale, we're going to bring the arms up overhead. On your exhale, take one arm behind, one arm in front. Doesn't matter which side, so don't change sides. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, twist the other sides, opening. Inhale, come up. On the second round, you can either stay down here or maybe come up onto the knees. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale as we twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. On this last round, bring one hand with the left hand down to the lower back. And your inhale, reach up through the right arm, keep the pelvis tucked, slight back bend here. Coming upright, changing sides, opposite hand to the lower back. Reach up through the arm, keep the pelvis tucked, just slightly lean back here, looking up. And then coming upright, lovely. From here, bring both hands down to the ground. Tuck the toes under, bring the hips up. Walk the feet towards the hands, so just take a moment now, forward fold. Just a moment here. Then a bend in the knees, slowly roll up to standing. Lovely. And then we're going to come towards the front of our mat, taking our first pose. We're going to take eagle pose here. So for this pose, I'm going to keep the right foot on the ground, and I'm going to face towards you for this. And with a slight bend the right knee, we then cross the left leg over the right. And you can either keep the toes on the ground the other side to help the balance, or maybe try to wrap that left leg around the right leg. So choosing where you're going to hold it here. I'm going to keep toes on the ground so I can talk. With the arms, we then take the right arm over the left, putting elbow to the elbow, and I will keep the backs of the hands together, or wrap the palms of the hands around to face each other. So once we're in that position, try to tie ourselves up here. Just going to hold for another breath or two, focusing a bit on this balance. And a bit of a bend in the knees if you want to as well. One more breath. And then keeping the hands in the eagle pose, we're going to straighten into the right leg, take the left leg off the right leg and step it back into warrior one. I'm falling over. From here, bending into that front knee, going to rotate round towards the side, warrior two legs, the back edge of the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat, bending low into that front knee, and then unravel the arms, taking them out. From here, reverse warrior. Flip the front palm up, let's keep it forwards and bring it back. Back hand to back the leg, as that front arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and bend in that front knee still. Taking one more breath. And on your inhale, look through center. Taking side angle, bend the front elbow. Front forearm to front thigh, as that back arm reaches forwards or wraps around the lower back. Left hand to right hip. Keeping the bodies always open towards the ceiling, trying not to fall forwards. And we take one more breath here. Nice. And your inhale up through center. We're going to move for our dancing warrior. So on our exhale, we're going to come back down into reverse warrior. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. And repeating this a few more times at your own pace. Moving through the two poses, keeping a bend in that front knee. Nice. Just take one more round. Maybe you want to hold one of the poses a bit longer. And then coming back to warrior two when we're finished. Nice. From here, we're going to rotate around, going onto the toes, the back foot facing forwards. Slowly bend the knees, lowering the body down. Bring the hands down just for a moment. Okay. From here, we're going to come up into our half crescent. So toes can either be tucked or untucked. And then we're going to lift the body off the front of the leg. Lean forwards into that right knee. So the knees in line with that right ankle, not left ankle. And we keep the pelvis tucked as we lean forwards, feeling stretched along the front of the left thigh. Hands can either stay on the hips or come up, reaching through the back. So just take two more breaths here. From here, we're going to bring the hips back, place the hands down on either side of the leg, or maybe on the inside of the leg on the block if we want a bit more height in the chest. I'm just going to take half splits for a few breaths. Maybe hang the toes pointed or flex, up to you. I'm always trying to bring that right hip back, left hip forward, so you feel a bit more stretched down the back of that leg. Last breath. Nice. And then when we move out of this pose, move any props to the side. Bend that front knee to come forwards for a moment and just slide the right leg back to join the left. Taking your rest between sides, either down in child's pose or up and down with dog. Your choice here. Okay. Take one more breath. I'm going to swap sides, just so it's easier for me to face the camera. So yeah, do the opposite side, but you can do that as well, or you can stay where you are. We're going to sit on the heels first again, repeating our twisting movements on your inhale from child's pose, coming to sit back on the heels, or coming down from downward dog into tabletop and sitting back. When we are there, and that inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, twisting to the side. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, twisting to the opposite side. Inhale through center. At this time, maybe you can walk onto the knees or stay low, and your exhale, we're twisting, looking over the shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, arms out to the sides. Now up. From here, one hand to the lower back. Keep the pelvis tucked, reach up through the arm. Leaning back slightly here. Pull it through center, changing sides. Reaching up, pelvis tucked. 9. From here, you're going to bring both hands to the lower back. Fingers pointing up towards the body. Or maybe if it's there for you, come back and reach down for the ankles. We're going to take camel pose. So maybe it's reaching down to the ankles, keep the pelvis tucked, looking up towards the ceiling. Or maybe the hands are on that lower back, pushing the hips forward, shoulder blades together. Last breath. And then we're coming up slowly, releasing the hands, tuck the toes under, bring the hips up, taking a fold. Letting the upper body hang here, and either taking hold of the elbows, maybe having the hands on the ground or hanging in the air. You can shake the head or nod the head. Maybe rock the upper body side to side, just finding what feels good for the back. If having your head lower than your heart is not good for you, then you can always hold halfway again, maybe bend through the knees when you stretch on the back of the legs and still shake the head. And then we're coming up. Bending the knees, inhale, rolling up to standing. Okay. And yeah, doing on the other side. So take an eagle pose on this side. Keeping the left foot on the ground, just like bend the knee. Cross the right leg over the left. So crossing the knees over each other. And placing the right foot on the ground or wrapping around behind the left leg. Arms swept to the sides until there. Left arm over the right. Elbows meet, backs hands together, or the palms hands together. And we're holding this balance again for a few breaths, finding some focus, practicing was not moving. Breathe in here. One more breath. And then straightening into the standing leg, keep the arms where they are. Uncross the leg, place that right leg behind you, bend in the left knee. Open out to the side. Back edge of the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat, bending into that knee. Unravel the arms, taking the mat strong into warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Flip the front palm up, skip it forwards and bring it back. Back hand, back leg as that front arm reaches up. Either looking up at the hand or down behind you. Taking another breath. Inhale. 2. Exhale, side angle, front forearm to front thigh as the back arm reaches forwards, or while you're here, wrap it around the lower back if that feels good. One more breath. And then bring the arm back up. Inhale, warrior 2, taking our dancing warrior. I might move a little slower this time. So we're coming back into reverse warrior in your exhale. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Repeating that a few more times in your own time. And you can maybe pause at certain points or make it into more of a dance. We can flow from one pose to the next. So take one more round. And then meeting our warrior 2. Arms are out strong, bending that front knee. When we're there, onto the toes, the back foot, rotate round towards the front of the mat. Bend the back knee, place the hands down. From here, taking our half crescent, coming up off the front of the leg. Leaning forwards in the hips, but keep the pelvis tucked. Left knee is in line with left ankle. Bring the arms up if you want to, or keep them by the hips. Taking a breath here. And exhale, bring this back, straightening into that front leg. Taking out half splits, drawing that left hip back, straightening along the back of the leg. Breathing here with the hands on the mat or on the block. Maybe lowering the body down towards that front leg. Last breath. inhale, bending into that front knee to help bring it back. So we take our resting pose between sides. Child's pose or downward dog. Taking one more breath. And then we'll come to lay on our front, so from child's pose, coming up onto the hands slightly, from downward dog, coming down to the knees. Slide the knees back as you then lower the body down towards the mat. Okay, and then when we're here, we're going to take a moment down on the mat for a couple of back bends, because we've already done a few already. We're not going to do many. So on your inhale, lift the body up. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, palms and hands press down. Okay, when we're in Sphinx pose, you roll the shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades come together. And we press down to the tops of the feet, keeping those legs active. If there's any discomfort in the lower back, take the feet slightly wider. And when we're here, you can have a hold in stillness in Sphinx pose, or take a cat-cow variation with me. For this, in the exhale, we're actually going to round through the back. Bring the chin to chest. Inhale, shine the heart forwards, look up slightly, shoulder blades together. Repeating 3 more times. If you are just holding Sphinx pose, you can stay there a bit longer, always come down to rest whenever you need to. Same applies if you're doing cat-cow. If you're still here, we're doing one more round. Nice. When you finish, lowering down just for a moment, hand over hand, forehead on the backs of the hands. And maybe taking the crocodile pose and bring the heels slightly closer together, opposite the facing each other. Okay, as our last pose down here, we're just going to hold either Sphinx or Cobra stay. So on your inhale, you can come up, bring the elbows and shoulders, press arms and hands down, taking Sphinx pose, press the tops of the feet. Or maybe you're taking Cobra, hands under shoulders, keep those elbows in, as you lift the body up for a moment. I want to take 2 more breaths when we're here. And if you are in Cobra, try to come up to where the navel is, no higher than that, pressing down to the hands. And on your exhale, lowering down to the ground, and then we're going to press straight back into either child's pose or downward dog. I'm going to stay down in child's pose. So lowering down, big toes together, knees can be apart or together. Lower the head down. And when you're here, if you're in child's pose, you can either have the arms out long, or maybe take a thread the needle variation. For maybe putting one arm underneath the other and place the side of the face down. Take a few breaths there. If you are in downward dog, you could always take a few different movements by pedaling through the feet. You can always come down to child's pose whenever you're ready. Okay, if you're taking thread the needle variation and thread the arm, change sides. Left arm or right arm, just changing sides. Goes underneath the other, place the side of the face down. The next inhale, unthreading the arms, taking a final breath in child's pose. And then when you're ready, walk the hands in on the inhale, sitting back onto the heels, coming down from downward dog if you're still there, and then take the legs out long in front of you. Okay, we're going to come into a twist. So for this one, I'm going to face towards you, and we're going to keep the left leg out long first. Bend the right knee, and I would place the right foot on the ground, the inside the left leg, or the outside, to make sure we're still sitting quite evenly on the same pose here. This left leg can either stay out straight to protect the knee, or you can bend the knee, bring it in towards the right hip. We take the left arm, hook the right leg for a moment, and bring that right hand, behind you, about a hand or two distance away from the same pose. And from here, you can either stay twisting, hooking the leg in, or hook that left elbow onto the outside edge of the right knee. We're trying to get that knee in towards where the armpit is if possible. And as we hold this twist in the inhale, finding length up the back, and on the exhale, you're just twisting slightly. Nice. Taking 2 more breaths. Okay, if the elbows hooked round, just release it a moment, hug the leg in. And then all together, we're going to slowly come back round to the front. From here, if that left leg is tucked in, take it out straight. And then all together, we're going to bring that right foot on the inside of the left leg, the right knee pointing out to the side. Either up, higher up your thigh, or even down your leg, wherever it feels more comfortable to place the foot. And we're going to take a fold over that front leg. So maybe on your inhale, you bring arms up overhead, and on the exhale, reaching forwards. Bring the hands down to wherever they land, and drop the head down as well. And just take a few breaths here. One more breath. And on your next inhale, walk the hands in. Nice, and we're upright, changing sides. Taking that right leg out. We bend the left knee and place the foot on the ground, ready for our twist. Either on the inside, the outside of the leg. And the right leg can either stay out straight or tuck into the side. I'm going to keep mine out straight for this side. And when we're there, we're hugging the left leg in, the right arm. Bring the left hand behind us, the hand 2 distance away from us. And we're looking back over the shoulder. Either hugging the leg in or bringing that right elbow to the outside edge of the left knee. Inhale, finding that length up the back, and on the exhale, twisting. One more breath. Unhooking the elbow when you're ready. Slowly come back round to the front. And if that left leg is tucked in, bring it out in front of you. Take the right foot in front of you. Take the left leg, place the foot inside that right leg. Either lower down the leg or further up. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, and exhale, we're folding over the right leg. Taking one more deep breath. And on your next inhale, walk the hands in, coming upright. Nice. Okay. From here, left leg joins the right. We're going to take one more fold before we come to lay down the ground. So both legs out in front of you, sitting high on the sitting bones, maybe a slight bend in the knees, toes point up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, keeping the back straight for a moment as we lean forwards, and then place the hands down onto the mat, the legs, or hook 2 fingers round the big toe. And then maybe drop the head down as well if you'd like to. When we're in this fold and those inhales, maybe bring the upper body towards the feet, and on the exhale, drop the body lower down towards the ground. Maybe there's movement there, or just connecting with the breath in this pose. 2 more breaths. Okay, on your next inhale, we're going to walk the hands in slowly, coming upright. Okay, and then when we're there, going to lay down on the ground. Either get in there or bring the arms off the mat, engage the core and roll down, or bring the forearms down to the mat. Guide yourself there, laying down onto the ground. Okay. And when we're there, we're going to hug both knees in over the body first. So taking hold of the legs, hug them in tight. Maybe rocking side to side for a moment, or drawing circles with the knees, just finding movement that feels good for the lower back. And I'm going to take figure of 4 first. So keep the left knee bent, place the left foot on the ground, and then place the right ankle onto the left knee. We keep the right foot flexed to protect the knee, and then actively we're pushing that leg away, opening into the hips. Maybe you hold here if it's there for you to lift the left off the ground, bringing both legs in closer, and maybe taking hold behind the left thigh on top of the left shin. And wherever we're holding, you can either hook the leg in close, maybe rock side to side a little bit if that feels good. Just taking a few breaths here. Bring the opening into that right side. Last breath. Okay, good. So then we're going to release that left foot, place the left leg down, and cross the right knee on top of the left, taking shoelace, bring the legs over the body, and take hold of the kind of the ankles, the outside edge of the feet, and guide them away from each other out to the sides. It's quite an intense stretch inside the leg actually, so just choose what's comfortable to hold, and just take 2 deep breaths here. Nice. And then we're going to take a twist. Release the feet, place the left foot down for a moment, and when we take this twist you can either keep the legs crossed or place the knees next to each other. If you know you prefer to take a one-legged twist, extend that left leg out here. Okay. If you're taking the twist with me, we're going to cross the right leg over the left, shuffle the hips over to the right about 1 inch, and then bring the knees in over the body. We then take the arms out long, either out straight or bend the elbows to capsons, depending on the space you have. And then exhale, the leg goes over towards the left. So that's the right leg coming over, that's crossed over the left. And we're holding our twist here, either looking up at the ceiling, over towards the right hand, and maybe that left hand goes on top of the right leg to support it there, or stays out along the ground. Nice, so we're just breathing here. We'll take 3 more breaths. And if at any point, this is quite an intense twist, you've got the legs crossed, just guide the legs out of the twist, uncross the knees and come back in if that feels more comfortable. Last breath. Okay, and then bring your head back to center on your inhale. Slowly bring the legs over the body. Uncross the knees if they're crossed, and then we'll bring both knees in over the body. Resetting for a moment, maybe rocking side to side. Taking it all onto the other side. So this time, place the right foot on the ground, the right knee is bent. Left ankle comes onto the right knee. Flex the left foot, actually pushing the left leg away. Maybe you're here because you can feel the stretching, this feels nice. Or maybe you're lifting the right foot up, bringing both legs in closer, and taking a hold behind the thigh on top of the shin. And then breathing here, taking a few deep breaths. One more breath. And then releasing that leg, placing the right foot on the ground, taking shoelace, left knee crosses over the right, and then we bring the knees in. And to be fair, maybe holding them here is enough for the stretch, pulling the legs in, or we take hold of the outside edge of the feet or the ankles, take the legs out to the side. 2 breaths. Okay, then release releasing the feet. Place the right foot down, choosing whether the legs stay crossed, come next to each other, or if the right leg extends this time for the one-legged twist. I'm going to keep the knees crossed personally. And then we shuffle the hips to the left slightly, bring the knees over the body, take the arms out and line the shoulders, either straight with bend in the elbows, and then your exhale, crossing the legs over to the right side this time. Holding here, maybe looking up at the ceiling or over to the side, that right hand maybe on top of the legs or on the mat, the ground beside you. And we're breathing here. Maybe bring your awareness to where you can feel the breath in the body. Maybe it's inhale as you notice an expansion along the shoulder, side of the ribs, or maybe feel the breath into the abdomen like we were breathing earlier. It's in the expansion and the relaxation. Two more deep breaths here. And then bring head to center. On your next inhale, slowly guide the legs over the body. Uncross the legs if they're crossed. Shuffle the legs back to the middle and then hug them in over the body. Maybe rocking side to side. Maybe hugging the legs in tight on the hug here and bring the forehead to the knees. Nice. And then when we're ready, taking the legs out long along the mat. Taking the arms overhead as well. We're going to take a full body stretch. In a moment on that inhale, we tense all the muscles in the body, and on the exhale, release. So we can take 2 rounds of this today. So inhale, squeeze the hands, the feet, the arms, the legs, and the abdomen. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, squeezing. Exhale, release. And from here, you can stretch your movement of your own choice. Whether that's a happy baby pose, butterfly pose, or feet together, feet apart. If you'd like to extend the legs up towards the ceiling, or anything else you need to end this practice on. Pause the video if you want to take a few more poses. But then when we're ready, getting ready for our Savasana relaxation, in which we're laying on the ground for a couple of minutes in stillness. So if you like to put an extra layer, cover the eyes, or cushion the head, take your time to prepare, and when you're ready, come to lay down on the ground. Okay, and then when we're ready, you can either have the legs out long, the feet falling to the sides, maybe the width of the mat. Or maybe place the soles of the feet on the ground, the knees bent, resting next to each other. Maybe like to take a butterfly pose, soles, feet together, knees apart. Or any other position that feels good. With the arms, they can have a rest by the sides, maybe with the palms face up. Or rest the hands upon the body. And finally, we're closing the eyes down or gazing softly at the ceiling. And taking a moment to let go and the ground support the body. And as we lay here absorbing the benefits of moving our bodies, we'll be taking a body scan. So I'd like you first to bring your awareness to the crown of the head. And maybe today, as you focus, you imagine a colour or a light there. Maybe notice what that light is looking like. And then that light begins to scan down over the forehead as we relax the eyebrows. Travelling over the sides of the face as you unclench the jaw. Bring the awareness down to the tops of the shoulders. And the light continues along both arms, covering the upper arm to the elbow, forearm lights up the hands and fingers as well. With a focus on the arms, on your next exhale, allow them to relax as this light shines on them here. We then move this awareness to the collarbones. And we scan over the left side, the rib cage, and then the right. Left side, the abdomen, and then the right side. All the way down to the hip space. And as this light covers the top of the body, on your next exhale, allow yourself to soften. Take this awareness from the hips down the legs, scanning over the left and right thigh to the knees. Scanning over the shins and calves, all the way to the ankles and feet. And again with that light filling the space, on your exhale allow the legs to relax. From the legs, bring the awareness to the lower back. And the light will slowly travel up the spine, moving through the lower back to the center, making its way past the shoulder blades, and all the way to the back of the neck. With the light here in your focus there, on your exhale, allow any tension held in the back to melt away. Finally, bring your awareness back to the crown of the head, letting the whole body be engulfed by this light we've created. Maybe you notice how it feels, what you can sense, feel, see. And there's no way you need to be, anything else you need to do, taking this time for yourself. And if you notice you're distracted by thoughts or sounds, acknowledge that they are there and appreciate the spaces between. And stay here a little bit longer. When the time is right, I'll guide us back to gentle movement. If you do want to pause the video or stay here any longer, allow yourself to do that today. Find some movement in the fingers and toes, maybe rolling the wrists and ankles or softly swaying the head. And then maybe like to take arms overhead and have a yawn or hook the knees in over the body, just waking the body up. can either remain on the ground or come and join me seated. And just take a moment to check back in, observing how you're feeling as we move towards the end of the class. And we'll end the class by taking 3 deep breaths in and sign them out through the mouth together. So maybe exhale first to prepare, and then take a deep breath in, then out through the mouth. Breathing in and back out. One last time, breathing in, a long sigh, back out. From here, maybe keep the hands where they are or place them over your heart, and just take a moment to thank yourself. Thank yourself for showing up, for moving your body and noticing how you want to move. Thank you for joining me today. Take time to get ready. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.